Hello! Welcome ESA to Darkest Dungeon. Whoa! So it's gonna be a fun time. We're going to be doing any percent today. We're going to be any percent in Darkest Dungeon is there's 4 main bad Darkest Dungeon missions at the very end of this game that we can access from the very beginning. They're just hard. And we're going to, and any percent is just beating all 4 of them. So we'll be doing that, and there's plenty of glitches in store. So I hope you guys are ready and excited for that one. We have our Hamlet name, which was chosen by you. I hope you are proud of it. And we're just going to start going into this now, and I'll give a countdown when we're ready. But it's after this is done, and you might notice there is actually another copy of the game that's running at the bottom right hand. I've actually got 2 copies of this game running at the same time right now, which lets us do some save manipulation strategies for this run, which is pretty darn cool. That's slightly an issue, but that's fine. All is good. Okay, so are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, and we're starting the Darkest Dungeon run here. We have the beautiful narrator. Already we're surprised. Beautiful, beautiful. So, misfortunate RNG is all what we're expecting here today. We control 4 dudes, and well, currently we only control 2. All of these guys that we will be having have different abilities and different stuff that evolves with them, and we control all of them. Oh, okay, immediately a good crit there. That's beautiful to see. So if the game looks slightly faster than what you might be expecting, this is only because I'm running it on above 120 frames per second. If you run it on above 120 frames per second, the game does actually go a slight bit faster. That's an unfortunate fact. We're fine. Okay. And now we do actually have to wait here for a second, but we can actually pick up this, amusingly enough. Huh, that's pretty cool. We're waiting for the second screen to load in now. Beautiful. Okay, I can press go there. And now we're going to be doing some glitches that are all about here. So to start off with, we're going here, going over here, going to doing that, going over here, doing this, going back in and out there. Remembering to actually do this first because I slightly forgot, but that's fine. All is good. Alright, so if you noticed in the menuing that I did do there, I actually upgraded my Hamlet slightly. So that means now every time we go in, 3 people will show up. I also upgraded the roster size. That was a mistake, but well, this is fine. We have plenty of heirlooms to spare. So now, if you notice, we actually went back in time, and we're now reliving the moment of our glory again, where we succeeded. And we'll be seeing if we had any good luck here. Okay, immediately we didn't get any good luck, so we're just going to go back in time again, and we're going to be completing that mission again. So the aim of what we're doing now is to try to get good characters, because all characters are different and fulfill different roles. There are certain ones that are good for the speedrun that we'll be using to carry us all the way through. If you're familiar with the game, this will be a Hellion, this will be 2 Highwaymans, and this will probably be a Houndmaster at the back. I'm relatively, I don't mind being a little bit lenient with who I pick, but those are generally who I will be picking. I will probably, I'll probably be picking those if I can, just to be marathon safe, just to make sure we're using the usual strategies that we will do for the normal marathon, for the normal runs. Well, we're having some unfortunate luck here and not getting any of the right characters. We also aren't duplicating any heirlooms. There we go, there's 1 new character. I will actually also start giving me a bounty hunter, just in case I do have to do alternative strategies going on here. Right, keep on moving forward. So, at the very beginning of the run, we will be doing this glitch, so you'll be seeing loading screens quite a fair amount at the very beginning of this run. But that will change soon, and we will be immediately throwing ourselves into the deep end and immediately going into Darkest Dungeon. So hey, just to talk about me for a second. Hey, I'm Tricrow. I speedrun Darkest Dungeon games. Hey, there's our Houndmaster. I speedrun Darkest Dungeon games. Yes, very much so. And generally, I don't stream too much often, but hey, I hope you're enjoying BSG Annual so far. It's we're coming up to the very end, we're coming up to the last day, so this is your last chance to get your like stuff in before we, you know, have that final ending. I've certainly enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. But yeah, we just got each of the characters we have here have different quirks. They can also get beautiful. Get beautiful. They can get diseases and such as well.
The cost of preparedness.
Cool.
Measured now in gold.
So, just to explain what we had there, we had all of the characters we wanted, so I started doing the next mission now. So, this is Ruins 1. Ruins 1 is always the same. I'll mention about the quirks now. So each of these characters have different quirks. They're displayed like here. So for example, this Hellion has +2 speed. That's kinda cool. They also can have diseases. Diseases are bad, as you might imagine. I just need to do a little bit more damage. There we go. Just turn off the light here, go off there, press this button, press this button. Beautiful, there we go. What we're really wanting to look for is heirlooms. Yeah, diseases are bad, we get them at the end of the missions, and because we're repeating the end of the mission repeatedly over and over again, we're suffering a lot from perhaps getting diseases, so we do have to worry about that from time to time. I don't want to spam collect too much, because it can crash the game if I over input. So I don't want to like spam collect too much, but I do want to do every input at the fastest possible time available to us. I'm also clicking to get rid of any potential pop-ups that might appear, so our characters might say some things like, oh no, my life is in danger, as you usually do when going through a dungeon, and yeah, you're gonna click through them just to make sure they stop speaking. There we go. Oh, okay, good. We've gotten some deeds here. Deeds are one of the heirlooms that we really do need, so I'm pretty happy we're getting those. Okay, we got surprised. I mean, that's no surprise because, hey, Darkest Dungeon is bad. Can give us bad RNG. We are walking around in pitch black light right now, which does mean that. Sorry, I do have to concentrate and think sometimes. Although I would love to say I do most of this on autopilot, I do have to think sometimes for this. This bit is majority all the same. Like, I've got all my attacking moves either on 1 or 2 of these abilities, and all I have to do is select the move and click the person. So it's not all too hard. I'm on my second screen and I'm backing out now, so I am basically controlling 2 games at once, which is the slightly more complicated part about this run. I can get rid of that loot. Sweet. So we've had pretty great heirloom drops here, and we also got some lucky dice. Beautiful. This is an RNG blessed run, and let's see, the Hellion. Okay, you have stress in this game. Courageous. Beautiful. So we just succeeded at a 20% chance. Okay, so there's stress in this game, I should explain. There's when your characters get to 100 stress, they have a chance to go afflicted or go virtuous, just to see if like you're tested, as it were. And my Hellion, all characters have a base 25% chance of becoming virtuous, so it is not in our favor. But this Hellion's actually level 0, which means she actually has a -5% chance compared to all the other characters in this dungeon. Since this is a level... Okay, we're retreating out of there. Oh, I just need to skip that. Sweet. And just waiting for that to load in. Beautiful. Press the split button. Okay. So we've finished our mission. Sorry if I've jumped around a bit. I'm very bad at keeping on track of conversations. 1 free building upgrade. Ha! This is any percent. Okay, so we're retreating out there, going here, and we're now going to be doing this glitch a lot. So be prepared to be kind of half bored for the next 8 minutes or so. 8 to 12 minutes we'll be doing this glitch to boost all of our guys up to the max potential level, and that's going to see, look, okay, we're in the mission again and we succeeded it. And we'll be doing this repeatedly over and over until life is good, honestly. Okay, moving back there. So, just to explain a little bit more about what's going on. So, Darkest Dungeon has an insanely over-the-top save system. Pretty much every time you move into another tile, it'll save the game. Every time you do an attack, it'll save the game. All of that things really matter. Every time you unequip all trinkets in the hamlet, it will save the game. So what I'm doing is I'm moving a tile on the second game, I'm unequipping all trinkets on this game, and then I'm backing out to main menu. So the game will revert back to the state where I am in my second client in the dungeon, whereas in the main game I will be maintaining the all of my hamlet stats. So my guys will maintain their level, my guys will maintain everything else that happened in the hamlet, so that means I can infinitely level these guys all the way up to level 5, 6, as well as, if you notice, I have 1,000,000 trinkets. Every time I'm completing the mission, I'm getting another copy of all the trinkets in my inventory, as well as all of my other loot in general. So it's pretty good. And we're gonna be and we're gonna keep doing this until we get something good. Well, until we get up to level 5 and 6. Level 6 is the max level in this game.
Can you feel it?
And we need to be at that level to actually do the missions of the Darkest Dungeons. Just while we have some time here and things are a little bit repetitive, I'm gonna ask in for our beautiful host to say some words of encouragement and perhaps something else, I don't know.
I mean, I can't lower your stress levels because they're already at 0 due to the resets. But I would like to remind everyone that we are raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go to Mind. Also, for our final run, which is Pokemon Sword versus Pokemon Shield, we do have a few bit wars for Pokemon names, and there's quite a lot of them, including Scorbunny, Drillbur, Growlithe, Sobble, and the top 2 names for Eternatus, them being one per game. Just kind of impressive. Give me a second to check on which names are leading. For the Drillbur, we have Tammy at 100 euros, followed by Tiny Tim at 10. For Eternatus, there aren't any names yet, so if you would like to snipe that, that'll be open until the end of Sword and Shield for when they capture it. Then for Growlithe, we have Vulpix in the lead with 35 euros over Fred at 20 euros and Default at 9. And then for Scorbunny, we have Argic at 50 euros. And for Sobble, we have Dunkta123 at 39. So if you want to decide who Eternatus is, feel free. Exactly. Also, if you want your own name, you too can submit that on the donations page. Yeah, it's
Whoops, that was...
There is enough time, isn't there?
What?
Is there time for more plugs? Or...
Oh yeah, feel free to say at least one more.
Alright, that's amazing. So I would like to remind everyone that aside from BSG events and their own marathons, ESA actually hosts a lot more events across Europe, including the British UKSG, the Finnish SGU, Hackathon, and many more. So be sure to follow ESA to see whenever something is live.
Because they definitely do announce it whenever that, and also if you want to join the Discord, there's lots of activity and it's a fun place to be, in all honesty. It's a nice Discord. They talk about stuff every now and again, which is always good for a Discord of that size and activity. And you can always check on the local latest updates about everything that goes on. But hey, going back into Darkest Dungeon a second, I suppose I should say about some of our characters that we've got going on here. So we've got the Hellion. She's our front row girly girl. She roars quite heavily in the face of danger. She's a damage dealer. She has relatively medium to low health. relatively sticking in that medium range. And she goes in the very first slot. She can hit every single slot 1, 2, 3, and 4 from the very first slot. So that's why she's very useful in utility. She also has a quite good bleed attack, which will be abusing hard at points throughout the run. The Highwaymen, we got 2 Highwaymen in our party in slot 2 and slot 3. They're very, very, very versatile and can pretty much be used in every single slot. Every single attack a Highwayman has is a damaging attack. There is no Highwayman attack that doesn't damage, which is the only one in the game. Only character in the game that this is the case for. And so we're using them to pump out a lot of our damage. They also have a bleed attack that we're going to be abusing later in the run, which will be useful. And finally, we have the best boy, Doggo, in the very back. He is a dog, or a Houndmaster, who's accompanied by his dog. And his dog, from the very back, can attack at any foe. And the special gimmick about the Houndmaster is we can give him a dog biscuit, or specifically the dog biscuit, to
the plume and the pistol.
Just doing different menuing a second to get rid of some bad diseases. DRB. Mind has to think about things for a second. There you go. There we go. So yeah, the Houndmaster can attack any slot from any slot 4 to 2. So he's really, really versatile. And he also has a slight bleed on his attacks, which can be very useful later on, which is the main reason why we're using him in the 4th slot. We don't have any sort of Arbalist, we don't have any sort of Bounty Hunter, mainly because we're not using those strats, is the main reason, if anything. Bad Humors, he has a lot of bad things on him. Houndmaster's not having a fun time in Disease World, gotta say. But this is going pretty okay. Our grinding's almost near the end, which is nice. After we do this, I'll be leveling up all of my characters using at least one other exploit, and at that point we'll be jumping straight into the 4 Darkest Dungeon missions. See, both of 2 of our characters are level 5 now. We're waiting for all of our characters to get to level 5 before we finish.
You are a part of this place.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll also do this actually, meanwhile. Hello, you. Yeah, you can go into the penance hall for some penance. Just to lower your stress a little bit. There we go. I'm just setting up our characters so they're all pretty great going into the final showdown, or going into their next mission. Which will be
while you're setting up,
yeah, go for it.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Go for it.
We have a €10 donation from Seconds Lost, without any comment, but we appreciate the generosity a lot.
Thank you. Seconds Lost is the current world record holder of this game, so he's a pretty cool guy. Yeah, I need to get rid of that. The Arga. So it's important to remove all diseases from your characters before starting. Generally, diseases are bad. I can confirm this is a fact. Can you confirm this is a fact, Sniper?
I haven't had a disease I've enjoyed yet.
Exactly. So make sure to purge all your diseases. They can be somewhat costly, but doing this glitch that we're doing constantly gives us all the money in the world, so we're pretty fine in terms of money. Alright, we're perfectly fine to start now, so I'm going to go back out to the main menu and go back in here. So now we're in the hamlet. I'm just going to start doing this, and well, now that I see that's happening there, I'm just going to press this button here, press all the way over here, press this button over here, just do that, and do that. And then also, while I have it, I'm not going to be doing that, that's fine, okay. Going out here. So what I'm doing now is, because one of my clients is in the hamlet, I'm unequipping all trinkets and then going back in with my other file. And my other file is able to... It has its heirloom levels at whatever it should be. We also don't have many... that's fine. Okay. we'll keep that in mind for the rest of this bit. Okay, don't have enough, that's fine. Just sometimes menuing is tricky here and there. Cool, there we go. Ay, 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 ay. Yes, okay, so we're back in here. Yes, yes, okay, sorry. And now I have to press this button twice and give ourselves a bunch of heirlooms. Also, while I remember it, I'm just going to do this now and give these on there. Okay, so now, so let's try to do this menuing. Beautiful. So I'm now using a controller to do some of this menuing quickly. That's all of them, sweet. Okay, I should have also done that in the meantime. Move that all up there, and move that up there. This is some menuing that I've been working on to hopefully improve on eventually, but we'll see in due time. Okay, so we've now run out of money, which is fine. We just have to unequip all trinkets here again and back out and go back in again. This is, you know, depending on how good of a loop drop we get in Ruins 1, depends on how many resets we have to do here, so that really all depends on everything. So let's start doing this again. Cool, and beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I don't think I did this, but I'll just do... See, this is how menuing goes, like this, so yep, cool. Move you out here, do that. Move you into here, do that. And you have everything you desire, sweet. I'm gonna move you back out into the main menu now, and go back in. And hopefully it has all the stuff. I'll briefly check. That's sort of okay. I haven't been focusing on heirlooms whatsoever, mainly because usually we don't get good ones. But in the off-case scenario that we actually do get anything good, that's always nice. Okay. All is good there. All of them have their abilities correctly equipped. And correctly equipped. Now we're going to be going into the darkest dungeon, which is scary. I just want to check I have everything sorted for RNG purposes. Beautiful. Let's just go.
Once again, the stars.
Alright, so now we are going into the final 4 Darkest Dungeon missions, which is pretty darn scary. But we should be pretty darn okay. And you might be thinking, tricrow, we don't have a healer. How are we going to survive? Well, the key thing about surviving is if we never get hit, then we'll never, you know, need to heal. So, okay. But yeah, we're going into the first few missions here. The Darkest Dungeon missions, all of them are predetermined, so we know the layout, we know everything that's going to be coming out with all of them. So there's going to be no mysteries here, apart from just the abilities that we might be picking and moving. Okay, so we've been getting some good crits so far, so a pretty nice time so far. We just gotta keep up this pace and we'll be on a good time, hopefully. I've got to remember to go onto light. So there's a light system in this game, and enemies can get buffs and debuffs depending on what the current light level is. Okay, we did well to not let him have a move as well. Currently we always want to keep the light above 75 because that will give us a 4% chance to dodge, and it won't give them a plus 25% damage boost, which is scary. Because on pitch black light, which is 0, it can, yeah, it's scary. Okay, so they're getting all their attacks off now, which is unfortunate. Their attacks do bleed. Bleed is a damage over time effect that, you know, every single time we take a turn, sweet, he's dead. every single time we take a turn, we'll take that amount of damage. But we can also deal this to our opponent as well, which is one of the main things we do in this to survive through. See, he's taking 10 damage per turn, which is lower than his 7 health, so he's going to die in a second. If he was going to die sooner if we actually hit him, but oh well. There we go. So far, so good. Like, nothing all too unfortunate happening so far. This is, the issue with this dungeon is trying to get through it, really. That's the main hardest part. When it gets to the boss at the end, we're pretty darn sorted at this point. If we can get any sort of misses, since we do have high dodge, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. I'm getting ready to use my bandages on the bleeding, so we can stop the bleeding if we so desire. And to do that we need a bandage, and on our turn, after we take the damage, we can just apply the bandage and they will no longer be taking the bleed damage. Really useful, or else we'd be taking an additional 12 more damage each time that happened. Okay, hopefully we bleed. Sweet, we did. So these guys are just dead, and we don't need to worry about that, apparently, and start dealing damage to the other characters. So, another reason why we use the Highwaymen. They have an ability called Duelist Advance. Duelist Advance. Duelist Advance is a... Oh, pressed the wrong button for a second there. Duelist Advance is a move that activates the status... Ooh, okay, it activates the status Riposte. Riposte is overpowered. Okay, so every time you get attacked with a character that has Riposte currently active, it will... Okay, let's see if we get Virtuous again here. Or Hype, 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 Hype. Okay, Paranoid this time. That's unfortunate. We do as we can. So now this guy has a debuff, and we'll live with it. Okay, so I was explaining about Riposte. Every time the character attacks, an enemy attacks us when we have Riposte, we'll do an attack back at them, which is pretty darn useful, because it just increases our damage output by quite a bit. Okay. So, there's going to be one more battle in the hallway to the right of us. After we do this battle, we're going to be camping. Camping can give us several buffs, and so we want to plan the right time to use the camp appropriately. I'm setting up Riposte on both of these characters so we can hopefully deal some back damage. A miss on their side, that's unfortunate. We'll try as I can. Nope, they're attacking us again. They'll be hitting us with the finger. Now, the finger did 8 damage there, but it can do a crit of 23. Or 21. Like that! Good example, thank you, but also, ow! So, yeah, generally we don't want to get crit if we can. But, this, I mean, they have a percentage chance to get crit. So, we can only try to not get crit as we can. The best way we can not get crit is if we just don't get hit, and also if we have the light level at a point where it's not pitch black. These are all things that help. Also, if we actually hit them, that's also useful. Right. So we do want, if a character, okay, more crits, that's unfortunate, but hey ho, we'll live with what we get. What I was about to say is, we're almost all out of bandages already, which is really bad. We've been hitting a lot of bleed ticks, which is unfortunate. But yeah, what I was mainly trying to say finally is we've been hit by a lot of... Oh crap, oh well, this is fine. 4, 4, and we want to hit, okay. We've been hit by a lot of bleed ticks successfully, which is a shame, but we can only do so much about that. And so we've had to use a lot of our bandages. We've only got 2 left, which is kind of sucky. We don't have to worry too much about health in the run in general, but it is important to, like, you know, not be too screwed. Because the less screwed we are, the better, honestly. Okay, so he's almost on 1 health and almost having a heart attack, so hopefully that will stop soon. Cool, he's already dead. Stressing everybody out, that's fine. Cool. spreading out the damage. So I'm generally focusing down on one target at a time, trying to eliminate them from the turn order. Each turn takes about 3 to 4 seconds, so we generally want to have as little turns as possible. We also kind of want to avoid damage over time effects from actually happening, because each time that does happen, you see like it comes up with that status effect saying resisted or bleed, and if we don't have that, then we avoid that time loss. But there's not a huge amount we can do about that if it's just the optimal strategy. So a lot of the time we are using bleed. We want to prioritize actually living over, you know, going fast, because if we're not living, then we can't go fast. You gotta stay alive. Stay alive. Stay alive. Yes. Okay. So there's a few more battles left to go forward. We've now eaten all of our food, so there is limited amounts of food in the game. We can eat additional food at any time to give additional health, but every now and again, a random tile might say, hey, we're hungry, and so eat some food now, DTW, and if we don't have one food for each character, then we starve, which can be really bad. Okay, I'm just trying to kill this character off as soon as we can. Didn't do quite as much as I would have liked. That should kill it. Yeah, cool. This character has a stupid amount of bleed resist, so all the bleed strategies don't really work that well on him, but we'll still need to attack him regardless. Okay, 15, I can do that with the Hellion. Okay. That's a really unfortunate health amount to be on here. I'm going to prep my second screen to it, because now my character's on death's door. So, hey, Darkest Dungeon, more mechanics. Characters don't die as soon as they, hit the... Oh gosh, 3 to 6, that's really low. Characters don't die as soon as they hit 0 health. They go on to something called Death's Door. Death's Door is essentially, every time they get hit from now onwards, they have a chance to live. They have a chance to survive. That chance is a 67% chance to survive. Unfortunately, that's a fake stat, and usually it's a 0% chance because the game hates you and life sucks. As many people will like believe and understand when I say this as such. He's dead soon. Cool. Cool. There's only one more fight left to do, and then we'll be on to our final little bit. Okay, we want to go to default party order for now, and make sure light level is beautiful. Okay, so this is the last fight we have to do before the final boss of this area, and we probably will see the main glitch that we will be using in this run. Okay, let's see. I believe that will put us... No, we're good for now. We're good. Okay, this will probably be it no matter what, unless we dodged. Sweet. Okay, they're all going for him. Alright, finally. So, that might have actually been a little bit slow. So either we completely screwed up the run here, or... Okay, we're fine. So that was a glitch where we reset our health levels to whatever they were in the hamlet. And as you can see, we've got a few bit more health now. So this is why we don't actually need to worry about healing so much. This is where chat goes like, whoa, what? He's cheating, oh my gosh. But rest assured, it is legal. Because it does take time to do so, and we do have to have the proper setup on our other screen. The other disadvantage of it is that we do lose all trinkets in the process of doing this. This has been quite a slow fight, I cannot deny, so hopefully we can make that a little bit faster. There we go. Okay, so we'll be going into the final mission, final boss fight over here, so we'll be spamming some holy water on ourselves. Douse ourselves. So this is the Shuffling Horror. He's scary. I'm going to be setting up riposte, so we can deal some damage to him. The thing about the Shuffling Horror is he deals AoE low damage targeting things. Good, and it bled as well, that's beautiful. So he does this sort of thing. This will shuffle our position, but the thing is, since he's doing AoE to all of our characters, all of our riposte attacks will also hit and trigger with this. So we'll be dealing some decent damage onto him meanwhile, which is quite beautiful in fact. I should really have used that there, but that's fine, I can do it with this character. Okay, still quite deal damage, and get as much as we can onto him in due time. The character is on 0 health now, so if we do not survive a death blow, we will have to be doing the tree set thing again. Another disadvantage of the tree set is that we'll be losing any buffs and or debuffs on our characters, meaning we'll be losing the riposte status, but it also means we're not on death's door and we won't be, you know, dead, which is also quite a useful status buff. Okay, I'm attacking this character now since he's already dead via bleed, so I don't need to actually worry about it. But we did do anyway. Okay. I am killing this guy because I do want the trinket at the end of this fight. Okay, so we actually screwed up briefly, and I do have to do this a second. So I'm going to be going back in and doing this a second, having to press continue here, and we're going to be waiting for just one moment. Hello, yep, cool, thank you. So we're completing the quest here. It's because we are going to be doing one final tree set with this mission actually. I'll just briefly check trinkets to see if we get anything good. We didn't, but that's fine.
But it is enough to trigger the cycle of revelation.
Cool, and we're going to be doing one final tree set. This is so we duplicate some torches. We don't technically need to do this, but it is faster than the alternative strategy about this. So in the second Darkest Dungeon mission, there are some scary things. Those scary things are Templars, and those deal hecka damage to you if you don't have talismans on. Briefly check this here as well. Oh, Virtue Ring, I'll take it. Okay, so yep, our character's going on here, and our characters are going over here. I'm going to be going out to the main menu now, and going back in on our right hand screen. Okay, so we want torch, 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 and we also want hero ring, and we can also have this on 2 characters as well as this. Actually, that's a bad idea. Let's just not do that and continue as we are. Bring all the food in, bring all of these in, bring these in, and we can get rid of one of these to get some of that. Embark. Cool. We can just press that button now. For it needs no language. Nevertheless, those who would submit to its wordless will are rewarded. Yeah, so this run is going pretty well so far. Like, RNG's been going relatively okay. Nothing terribly bad's happened to us so far. I'm ready for that to all change soon. I'm looking forward to it even. And we can only try our best. So all of our abilities are still correct, that's good. Okay, so this is the second Darkest Dungeon mission. We're going to have to be going to each of these 4 corners to activate or put these Hands of Glory into the 4 corners. Hopefully one more attack on him, and we miss. That's a shame. He has a low accuracy for some reason. What has he got on him? The yips, and Fear of Beasts, and Fear of Unholy. He's not having a fun day out, I gotta say. Okay, nice. So yeah, we generally are targeting the damage dealers first. Some people are like, oh my gosh, we should do that guy because he just healed him for 8. But if you noticed, he healed him for 8 on a full health guy. He's fine. It's better to remove the characters that can actually hurt us. Which is the scary part, not the characters that can't hurt us. If we can actually get it, if you can casually, here's a big tip, if you can get it to the point where you've killed everyone else but him, you can use that to stall a little bit and heal up your characters. don't do it too much though, because this game does have an anti-stalling mechanic in it, in which if you try to stall in this game, after a certain amount of turns without any like damaging moves or like actual like effective attacks, you'll reinforcements will appear and you'll have more people attacking you. Okay, cool. So, we're on pretty good pace, I gotta say.
While you're going,
yeah, go on.
Time for a couple of quick words.
Say all the words, my friend.
Indeed, thank you very much. I would like to remind everyone that we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize weekend-long, bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux, as well as our week-long event once a year. So due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, we are currently doing our extended BSG online event instead of our week-long annual, with streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world bringing you entertainment during the lockdown. I'd also like to thank Veilig Reserveren for offering BSG a ticketing system for our events. Veilig Reserveren is a Dutch ticketing system offering a back-end system for a variety of events and has been our ticketing system since BSG 32 in December 2019.
Okay, I will turn that down a little bit and do this. Thank you very much, Sniper. BSG is always fun. Like, I would always recommend marathons. As much as, like, sometimes online marathons may not always be as fun, it certainly can be a good experience if you just want to join in, honestly. Because, hey, if you have a game that you love and you want to get speedrun, you never know, it can happen.
So I'm also getting some feedback from chat that the in-game audio is slightly loud.
Right, I have lowered that now, and I'll do that again. Okay, so hopefully do tell me if things are still okay and or not okay. I apologize.
On you, chat.
I've been told not to read you, so I'm sorry.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I believe in you, friends. So these characters use a move called Revelation, which that's a scary move, which if we don't have this Talisman of the Flame equipped, will deal about 24 damage to us and deal about 60 stress, which is not fun, as you might imagine. They'll always use it on their first move, and we can actually do some manips to make them always use that ability. But if we do have the Talisman on, it means they only do 0... they only do 0 damage, and they do 8 stress. They still do 8 stress, even though it does say minus 100% stress, mainly because it soft caps at 8 stress. So no matter what in the world, no matter how much stress reduction you have, you'll always have... Ow! Okay, actually I'm going to back out and go back in on this one. So there is a manip you can do here. So, these characters are always manipped to do Revelation on their first attack. If we go back out and go back in again, they think, oh wait, it's the first attack because it's their first attack, and so rather than doing that attack that crit me for 26, they did that 0 damage attack for Revelation instead. We also don't have dialogues replaying, which is really beautiful. Sometimes it can happen, sometimes it cannot happen. It's really hit or miss, whether it happens or not. Okay. So that's also kind of high, we're already past it. So the issue with going at 120 frames per second, it's kind of hard to back out and do other things, so I might miss some cues where I normally wouldn't miss the cues. But otherwise, everything's going pretty fast. And we're making some good headway along here. Only disadvantage is our characters are slightly low health right now, which is not good. I'm just going to give them some more food. Okay. But we've done one section of this dungeon. We have to go to the other 2 corners. One of them, if you look at this map on the bottom left hand here, is over here, and the other one is at the top over here. We'll be going up to the top next because the top path is generally the nicer of the 2-ish. So that's why we go here for like a break, you know. You have all the stressful things happen to you and then you want to break every now and again. So this is scary, but we'll do as we can. Shame we aren't getting that bleed tick, but hopefully we are on the second time. Nah, we didn't on the second time either. it's fine. It probably wouldn't have mattered either way, because now we can just... If we get the bleed tick here, thank you. Oh, but now Flesh to Flesh heals them up, so we need to actually deal damage to them again, which is unfortunate. Great, and that means the bleed tick would have mattered. So many unfortunate things happened right there. Oh well. Okay, so we probably will want to be taking off. It's a shame we wasted that crit on him, but we had to deal damage to him regardless. Okay. So all of our character's stats you can see at the bottom left here, like that's all what that data is. You can see it and it's all there for you if you so desire. Looking at the stats, it's there. Of course, all the character stats we are swapping between quite rapidly, so I don't blame you for not being able to keep up with all of the stuff that's going on. Bear in mind, remember, this is default, normal, Darkest Dungeon. Nothing has, there's no like game files that have been modified or anything. This is the base game. No DLC is activated, and this is on Darkest difficulty, if I should have probably mentioned that already. Okay, so I'm gonna start taking off these now, and we can get rid of that to do this. So, I mentioned earlier that the main disadvantage of the tree set, the lowering all of our healths to 0, or resetting our healths back up to max health, is that we have to unequip all our trinkets. That would be pretty atrocious for this run, considering the trinkets are the main thing that actually keep us from taking 1 billion damage. So the main strat here is to actually remove our trinkets, because we actually keep whatever's in our inventory, but we don't keep whatever is equipped to us. So we're doing this to keep that stuff, essentially. That's how that works. Alright. Continuing to keep dealing damage to all of our characters here. Oh, we just had a beautiful crit for 28 damage. That was quite lovely indeed. This character is guarded, so this character did a guard spell on this one, meaning that any attack we would normally do to this guy would be redirected to the back guy. But since this guy attacked us directly, and we attack them back with a riposte, it does go through that, and so that's one of the additional benefits to riposte. Okay, so we're going to have that happen again here. Sweet. Okay. So we're in a little bit of an unfortunate situation. Yeah, we are just going to go for it. Okay. I had to make a call whether I wanted to do a stall or if I didn't want to stall. And we decided we're not going to stall, and we're just not going to hopefully take too much damage. We don't have enough food, which is a really big shame. We'll just have to try our best here, and if we do get some unfortunate things happen, we get unfortunate things happening. Alright, 1 second. I'm just going to have to cough. BRB.
I guess I can take over for now. I would like to remind everyone that BSG has its own channel at BSG_Marathon, where you can find a lot of small community events. You can see events like the Harvest Moon Marathon and the Multi-Rec Crew happening live on our own Twitch channel. So, once again, www.twitch.tv/BSG_Marathon. If you have your own community event you would like to showcase, make sure to contact one of our organizers in the BSG Discord.
And everyone's really friendly, like, you'll be met with positive faces, do not worry. Everyone's all having a nice fun time here. So we're getting some good crits, that's really lovely for us to see. I'm having to play it really safe, because if they're attacking our front two, I really don't want them to deal enough damage for me to have to reset doing stuff. So I'm sort of... okay, no, I'm not having that. Especially since, yeah, so you can do a soft reset where we go back out into the main menu and go back in again, just to make sure they always use the Revelation move. Because of the glitch that we have going on forward for us, we're getting the Hamlet home screen, so we're not getting the, once again, the stars are right, well, not that dialogue, Gestating Gods dialogue. We're not getting the Darkest Dungeon 2 dialogue play out for us, which is really nice. Okay. And that saves a lot of time for us as well. 10 damage. We only need to deal 7 damage to him. Reality only... darn it. So close. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, we're just not having it. Yeah, yet again, I am saying I'm being super safe here because I do not want to get us to a point where we're on 0 health and have to tree set, so we'd lose all the trinkets. After this, I will be taking off the trinkets, so at any point in the next few battles, I'm expecting to have to tree set to like get us back down to normal levels. Alright, okay, so that's done, and we're gonna go back here. Beautiful. Okay, so this is where I'll take off all the trinkets and
steadily upward from the pit, supported by the lattice of cyclopean
pillars. So if you didn't know, the Darkest Dungeon has a beautiful narrator, which really helps everything flow along, honestly. It's pretty darn great, if you don't say so yourself. Now, everyone in chat, if you like Darkest Dungeon, this is where I want to ask you, what is your favorite Darkest Dungeon quote? Sniper, what's yours?
I'll just be simple and go with obliterated.
It's a very good one. It's very good.
Very clear, to the point.
Always, always. Okay. Right. Okay. Let me see if I can do so. It's a travesty. Yes. Come, please, mouse, mouse. Fun fact, we're using a controller to move between rooms. That's why you don't see me clicking between any of those. This is so we actually are skipping the scout animation. Okay, we're working. Ooh, there's where we get crit for 23. Yeah, see, that's the unfortunate time we have going on us now. I've got to be really careful and ready. Okay, yeah, we're fine. For whenever something bad might happen, since I'd have less reaction time due to the current circumstances. So I do have to pay attention and be careful. So let's just hope we have some good RNG, please. Because at any point, if it's this character's turn first, they could die, and I only have a very, very small window to actually reset on. Like, I'd love for him to just die here, yes. That's much preferable. An actual fact. Mainly because I have a much larger window to actually fix this on. Which is an odd statement to have to say, honestly. Hopefully this hasn't screwed up. Beautiful. This is what we're hoping for right here. Okay, so I'm now in a much more comfortable and I feel much better about my life situation. Okay. So now we're at all full health, I can pretty much equip these heirlooms back onto our characters. It doesn't particularly matter which... Oh, that's what I screwed up with. Okay, that's good. Realizing the error of my ways. This is fun. So if you notice, yeah, just to explain it again, all of our health values are getting reset whatever they are in the hamlet. And in the hamlet, I'm sorry, words. In the hamlet, they are currently at 0. So they get reset back to 0 stress, which is pretty darn beautiful. Okay, flesh wall, that's unfortunate. But we can work as what we can, hopefully. Deathlash, ooh. Don't want to see too many high damaging moves here, because I have got the we have got the trinkets equipped, so... Beautiful, that's exactly what we want to see right now. Okay. Unfortunately, this is fine. Yeah, okay. It's just less preferable, if anything. Okay, we'll just... Good damage. That's a good damage roll there. Mainly because we have the dog biscuit eaten right now. So anything we do roll will actually be pretty darn decent anyway. Darn it, that's where the miss came in. I'm slightly more okay with the finger being on you. So yeah, they'd survived on 1 health, which was sad. Okay, they missed anyway, so I can just put all my effort into attacking this character. Nice. I would love to use my second firewood here, but I don't have enough food to really maintain it, which is really unfortunate. Actually, I do have enough food. I just have to do something else. Okay, I just have to... unequip, and I need to unequip, and then I can use the camp wood, and then I can have 2 food, and then I can have my buffs, and not have to worry about anything else. Fun fact, I don't actually need to give that here. Fun fact, you don't actually... yes, press that button. And give everyone holy water. I didn't give everyone it, but that's fine. Yeah, fun fact, you don't get ambushes in the Darkest Dungeon. You don't have to worry about that ever. Which is really pretty nice, in all honesty. 2 off of actually killing it, which is a shame. Okay, we'll probably use this ability. Shame it missed, that's fine. Revelation, I suppose, and get some good damage out on this guy, hopefully. It's unfortunate we have minus damage right now, but that's fine. That's actually kind of okay, and I'm leaving it. It's a shame it's stunned, but we'll take it as we can. Okay, this is what we wanted to have happen, and we wanted to deal back. There, beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. I didn't want to have to try to finish that guy off, so I just wanted them to attack me and them to suffer from riposte. Beautiful, they've got another riposte attack happening onto them, so we're getting the damage all happening here. Remember to dog treat to give your dog that extra little bit of damage. Right, another hit here. That's okay, because this is actually the end. Nice. Okay, so this is a pretty darn good time going on here, if all honesty. Click the button. Right. We just got a stress book. That's not too amazing. Cool. Keep that in mind. Right. Free weapon upgrade. Nothing amazing there. Sweet. Okay, so we want to go over here. We want to put these onto here. And might as well scroll down here a second and find the speed stone, which doesn't exist anymore. That's fine. I'll just not have it. And stress, you can have this. Nice, that's fine. Go, 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 go. And we want 2 torches at least. Go away, please, go away, please. Sorry, I just need you to go. Yeah, okay, we'll go in as we are. Yeah, this is fine. It's not preferable what I've laid out, but it's okay as we can. I've got 2 stacks of torches, which maybe is a bit too much. Maybe I could have gotten away with only 1, but it's fine. We've got way too many firewoods here than we need, because this mission is usually exhausting. It's stupidly hard to go do. But the key thing about this mission is we know exactly the right way to go, so we don't actually need to worry about going the wrong way. Alright. I technically didn't need to use the torch there, since we're immediately using the firewood. We're going to be pressing 2 here, just to not gain any bonuses, but we're doing this mainly to get those buffs. Just from the gate, we're having additional buffs, so we have an additional 20% melee attack and 20% accuracy with melee skills, some real good stuff, in all honesty. The first enemies that we have going on here are some hounds that we have to go through. The key gimmick about this mission is there's this enemy that teleports you, and that enemy sucks. I'm going to... yeah, okay, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. This game, speedrunning, is all about making and adjusting your decisions to whatever the current situation is, in all honesty. Ow! That hurt. And trying to work out whatever's best for the current situation as well. Hopefully we go first, and yes, cool, we got that attack out.
Tricrow.
Yes, go on.
I have a question both for myself and from chat. How do you actually take the characters back into the Darkest Dungeon? I thought the limit was only 1.
Oh, well, let me just tell you. So we are playing on Darkest, so it does mean that we can't normally take back our characters into the Darkest Dungeon. But we have an ability called the Scaredy Warp. This is a glitch that we found a little while ago. Wait, let's not go the wrong direction, I almost just went. That would have been stupidly bad and would have been a lot of time loss. So yeah, we have this ability called the Scaredy Warp. It's not an actual ability skill ability. but it's this technique that we use to wrong warp ourselves into a different location that we shouldn't technically be in. So we use this, and this lets us bypass all of the restrictions that we have. So we don't have. Okay. So we do this by, it's very, very slight what I do. In the slight gap between loading into this next mission, just want to make sure I use that ability. In the slight gap between loading into the next mission and actually loading into the provision screen of the mission, I am selecting a different mission, and in doing so we'll actually be loading into that mission instead of yes, this is okay. We'll miss. Okay, that's a shame. Yeah, we'll actually load into that second mission that we click into. There's a slight there's a slight window in doing it, so it's a little bit difficult, but it's not it's certainly not the hardest thing in the world to do. Okay, I'm just gonna hit this one more time, and then the other attacks that we're going to be doing are all on this thing. Okay, that's not what we want to see. Okay, so this is quite scary now, because this thing does have a slight chance to teleport us. Thank God. Okay, we're good. Otherwise, that was a pretty darn good time. Okay. So yeah, in the brief gap between selecting mission, going to provision screen, and loading into the provision screen, we select a different mission, and that lets us bypass any restriction that we might have. So that means not being able to go into the Darkest Dungeon twice, that means not being able to take Shard Mercenaries into missions, that means being able to take in level 5 characters into apprentice level missions. All of those things are possible now. Here, now. We have truly... it's a truly glorious age of the Darkest Dungeon speedrunning community. It's kind of quiet right now. We still have a few active members here and there. That was a pretty darn good fight, actually. In fact, I'm going to just camp briefly now. And do this to gain health.
So during this brief respite, do we have some time for some words?
If words are wished to be said.
Amazing. So I'd like to remind everyone that for our final run in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you actually get to pick the name of all the used Pokemon. So it is a Sword versus Shield run, meaning the route is different. That means they'll be using different Pokemon. So for Pokemon Sword, we have Sable as an exclusive, and for Shield, they will be using Scorbunny, Drillbur, Growlithe, and of course, for both at the end, they will be catching the Eternatus. And all of those Pokemon actually have a naming bid for. So if you would like to support Mind a bit by donating, make sure to make use of one of those incentives while you can. The Eternatus one specifically does not have any donations towards that, so if you want to see a name there, the top 2 of those will be chosen for a certain shield respectively.
I scared myself then because I increased my DPI on my mouse. I was like, whoa, my mouse is going forever.
Hey, I've heard Mind was pretty good at reducing stress.
Yes. Speaking of Mind...
Speaking of Mind, yeah, we're actually raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organization committing to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations are going to Mind.
So what happened there was, against that Templar that we just fought, it didn't have its scary attack where we needed the talismans, but it still did quite a lot of damage to us. So I'm actually going to play it safe, go back, firewood, gain a little bit more health, and then go back into the mission like we would do normally. Okay, because the final room that we're doing is in this little tile over here. Okay, and you know, this is the third darkest dungeon mission. After this, it will be the final mission, and boy, has it been a fun experience. This has actually been a pretty darn good run going so far, which is really beautiful in from my perspective. I'd like to hear that I've been having a good run, in all honesty. Okay, that's nice. Slightly less nice. We'll do this here. Okay. I had to decide between 2 options there. Right. Okay, that's a quite large crit, but that's fine. Luckily, they haven't dealt too much damage to us throughout this run here, so we've been pretty good in that respect. Although, that might just change. No, okay. We're slightly still okay. Slightly. Okay. Keep doing damage to this guy with our main damage dealers here. And then the other two can try to focus on this character. Displace, beautiful, that's exactly what I want to see. Mainly because it's not teleport, and teleport's not what I want to see. Right, yeah, okay. It's probably going to use summon here, which I'm completely fine with. If it doesn't... Oh, it uses Revivify, that's pretty darn good from our perspective. It does heal him, and it does give him a buff, but it also means he doesn't use the summon ability, so I don't have to deal with another one of those. And actually, he is just dead, which is pretty darn beautiful. I hate to say this. I hate to say this, Sniper. I hate to say this, but we're on pace for world record.
Ooh, that is some incredibly good news.
What I will do just here is I will go into here and I'll go into here and remember this fact, and then I'll go into here and I'll click onto this button, I'll click onto this button. Cool. And see, that was the glitch there that we just did. Cool, embark. So, we have a total of 10 minutes to get world record. So, this is the final Darkest Dungeon mission. The first phase of it is pretty darn RNG, and we just hopefully want to have a good time with it.
So, tricrow, need I remind you that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer?
Oh, trust me, I am stupidly underconfident right now. I am afraid that I will not... Fun fact, there's a big... You would usually have to press yes and talk to him here, but if you press escape when you walk into him, you just don't have to listen to his dialogue. There is a secret room, like here, if you hold up, but that will waste some time me going into it. And in a normal run, where I'm not almost on world record pace, I might show it off, but now I'm not going to be. Pardon. Pardon my hastitude. We've got some diseases.
We will be laughing still in the end, tricrow. It's all good.
Yes. Oh crap, my dog has hysterical blindness. Okay, so this is the Ancestor. The first phase of him involves being unfortunate that we're going faster than him. There we go. He will summon replicants of himself. He has 5 health. We need to deal enough damage to kill all of these guys. There you go. There's one of them dead. Every single turn, he'll summon more clones of himself. These clones have chance to be imperfect versions of themselves. I'm going to be using the buff, the tracking shot buff on these characters now. That will give me a permanent, like 25% or 20% buff, and like a bunch of other good things as well. So we'll be dealing more damage. Sporadic in reproduction. That's... Ooh. Okay, no, it's a normal guy. That's a shame. Come on, okay. Give me those imperfects. Give me those imperfects. Give me those imperfects. Come on. Okay, crap. That's a shame. Random... yeah, sure, whatever. Bad turn orders happened there, and he actually went first. That's fine. Aye. Okay. So, everything now relies on actually getting good luck in this phase. If we do get good luck, we can potentially do it, but I'm not, like, preying on it too hard. I will, for a matter of fact, probably PB, no matter what, from this, and Tech will hate me from going this far and... Oh, I'm imperfect, that's... Darn it, okay, that's a shame. Imperfect is a 50% chance to make a dude that's like imperfect, so it was high odds, but the high odds were not in our favor tonight. Cool, that's more damage. More damage is good damage. Okay, and keep it on rolling. Sporadic. Okay, come on, give us some fake dudes. Give us some. Oh, those are not fake dudes. Aye. Okay. Okay, so just do that. He'll die now. Yeah, he'll die. And right, okay. Yeah, we're having some unfortunate luck here. So unfortunately, it probably won't be world record unless things change around in the next few minutes. Just because I'm not getting any positive things spawning in here. Oh hey, here's one. There's two actually. That's really lovely to see. Actually getting some good RNG here finally. Okay, so every time we do deal damage to one of these imperfect dudes, it does deal a damage to him. We need 5 of them. So we've currently got 2 out of 5. Yeah, sorry, those are the right words. See if we get another one here. Nah, it's a normal guy. That's a shame. These imperfect ones do have less damage and less health than the other ones, so they are slightly easier to kill. But in all honesty, I mean, go first, please. That's a shame. If we were able to go.
We have time for a quick donation.
Go, go, go.
So we have a 10-euro donation from Jonathan Skyfell, saying, I quite enjoyed the dev commentary on the light puzzle game that I lost on Tricrow running. Good luck on the PB attempt.
Thank you very much, I do appreciate it. Lit Bend the Light is a beautiful little game, and it was quite fun to do. Yes.
I also just realized there's some good irony in this run. You've been getting perfect RNG all along, and the one thing you couldn't get was the imperfect.
Imperfect reproduction, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on! Yeah, it's been really good RNG until this phase 1. Now, my PB phase 1 did this in 9 minutes and 27 seconds. Currently we're at 6 minutes and we haven't gotten off phase 1, which is just a shame. We can't do anything about that. We have to do this in 5 minutes. World record is 1 hour 15 minutes. So, get good game. Get good RNG game real quick, please. Real quick. Imperfect again, that's a 50. Okay, we do have some more. That is one more. Okay, we do have one more body here. That's good. What do I want to do here? I'll hit this one. Yeah, we'll hit this one. Okay. Okay. Imperfect again, so if we get another imperfect, beautiful. Okay, so we're it's almost through phase 1. Okay. So I'll be having to do more runs of this clearly because I need to get this world record, man. I'm coming for you, Trifle. I'm coming for you, seconds. Okay, now we just need one more. We just need one more imperfect reproduction. Our time heals all right now? No, come on. They barely ever use that move if they don't have all the enemies spawned. That's unfortunate. Come on, give me some imperfects, please. Give me some targets to attack. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so there's at least one. That's what we needed to get through phase 1, and then we miss immediately. Okay, so that's phase 1. Okay, so now this is all about dealing damage to them. They're in a odd slot, but that's fine. Come into the first 2 slots. We really want them in the first slot if possible. That's okay if that's fine. That's fine. We just need to hit and deal damage here. Is all we need to do. There we go. Crits. Crits are good. Okay. 8 the dog streets now because we're wanting to deal more damage because we're in a damage race now. Okay. Just keep attacking him. We've got about a lot of health left to go. Wow, the dog is actually, oh no, the dog's almost dead. That's actually stupidly bad. The dog is dead. Okay, that's a lot of our damage output really gone right now. That's really not good.
Yes.
As in, really not good for going fast. We're like still fine in terms of actually like finishing the run. We're completely fine for finishing the run. I just want to go fast, and I have about 2 minutes to get world record.
So, would you like me to do some quick words so you can focus?
Quick words, feel free.
Alright, you're all watching the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings as well as a week-long event once a year. Sadly, this one couldn't happen, so we are doing an extended BSG online event, bringing you with streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world.
Hi. Resident from the UK here. Okay, so...
Speaking of the UK, did you know that ESA, aside from BSG events in their own marathons, also host many other events
That's phase 2.
including the British UKSG, the Finnish SGU, Hackathon, and more. So be sure to drop a follow to see whenever something is live.
So we've got about... we're on the last few phases here. We just need to hurry up. We just need to hurry up. We're still moderately close. We can make this happen still. We can make this happen still. We just...
Go, tricrow, go.
Come on, chat. Come on, chat. We just need all your prey RNG to get a Darkest Dungeon. Well, oh, don't miss. Okay. We have about a minute left. We have about a minute left to get the world record right here. It does not end quite as quickly. So time is on when the final blow hits. So it's not quite yet, and I will say when. So we just need to deal 189 more damage to this thing, which won't be too long, as we have stacked 40 damage per turn on this thing. We just need turns to keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving. He's dead, but he'll be dying soon anyway. I don't mind if he dies here, but it'll be a little bit unfortunate. Just hurry up, thank you. I don't care if you die right now, just hurry up. Heart is pulsing, everything is pulsing. I don't know what second count they have, I don't know what second count. But we're going to be stupidly close. He dies, that's fine, that's fine. That just means I can use this ability, if anything. Cool, it's 41, we just need him to take another move. And then he's dead. Okay, we're super close. Get ready on time. 20 damage. Oh, he survived on 1. Time. 1:15:37.
What a run. Is that 1 second off?
I don't know, it might be.
I will look that up for you.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh.
30, yeah, it is 1 second off.
It is one. Wow, the first, second, and third place, all 1 second apart.
So...
That is legendary.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'm tired. I'm exhilarated, I'll be honest. I'm disappointed, I'll be honest. 1 second. Do you remember that? Do you remember the fact that he lived on 1?
There is always retiming, tricrow.
Yeah, sure. But like, do you remember the fact that he lived on 1? Alas. Thank you. This has been Darkest Dungeon. I hope you've enjoyed.
Has it been though? Tricrow, we might be a little ahead of schedule.
A little bit now, yeah.
Would you mind filling that up with a necro run, perhaps?
Right, yeah. We certainly can do. Let's see, let's just have a look in a second. So, yeah, let's make that happen. Right, so chat, I'm looking at you right now. This is my one excuse to look at chat. I'm getting a name from, this is a free incentive right here. I'm going to steal, just say name, colon, and that's what I'm going to be naming the hamlet right now, quickly. This is your time.
This is your shot.
I'm waiting. I believe in you guys. Thank you. My name is tricrow. I've told you the format. Come on, I'm waiting for time to hurry up. Okay, cool. That's the first one. Chimichanga. Oh, it's in reverse caps. Congratulations. Okay. split. So, if you guys don't know what's about to happen here, that's any percent. What just happened is any percent, Darkest Dungeon. What's about to happen now is Necromancer. So the majority of other categories in this game are speedrunning to one of the first bosses, or one of the bosses in the game. Necromancer is one of the very first bosses you'll actually come across. And so it's generally the fastest one to go. This will probably be the boss that you'll find if you actually, you know, this will probably be the boss that you'll find first, and this will probably be the boss that you'll start speedrunning first if you are doing that. Well, I'm happy to start the run whenever Tech is ready to start a countdown.
So Tech seems completely set up, and we are good to go.
Alright, so are you guys ready? I'll also be getting some names. Why not? Since I do have time, since it's 30 minutes we'll need to fill. So, Sniper, can I ask you to grab some people in chat and DM the names of them, and so I will rename characters those names.
I'd actually like to suggest the name one after Shadowfrost, who has been speedrunning the tech setup whilst the post-run commentary went on.
Sure, make it happen. Just DM me the names and I'll look at the Discord just to grab them
chat,
from there.
This is your moment. Just type anything, probably just a GG or a bless RNG, and I'll pick your name out and DM them to tricrow.
Okay. If you guys are ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! So, hello guys, this is Darkest Dungeon. Welcome to Darkest Dungeon. This is Necromancer. Alright, so I'm seeing some names come in soon. Ooh, some quite cool and long names. Thank you for all having very long names in chat.
Oh, you want me to pick long names? Okay.
Oh yeah, please longer. No, no, all is fine here. Right. So we'll be doing that, then that, then that, then that. Yes, okay, cool. We can have... Oh yeah, that's a very, very beautiful long name. I think 16 characters is the limit here, but I don't quite know.
We have a slight issue there.
I'll see what it is. Yeah. But this is fine. So yet again, we're going through Ruins 1. This is classic Ruins 1 material here. There's this guy in the back and this guy in the front. We generally want to target the guy in the back as fast as we can. And eliminate him from the turn order, so we do not have to worry about him existing any longer. Alright, so the unfortunate thing about typing this game and typing characters into the name is that they are kind of slow to type out, since the typing in this game is a bit weird, I gotta say. Alright, that is Old Road. The next thing we'll be doing is going into Ruins 1. So... Oh man, if I didn't mess up that one menu in...
Welcome home, such as it is.
Oh crap. Oh yeah, I forgot that's a thing as well. Right, yeah. That's a good thing to remember. Ah, that's why that didn't work there. Okay, so... we got... Sargothrax. Shoutouts to RuneScape. We got... Barn Noxus. We got good old Raichu Knight. And I'm going to see if Everyday Speedrunner works here and have your everyday your everyday speed. Your everyday speed. Okay, just had to check these abilities quickly. Cool.
If only we had another bite.
Don't worry, more characters will be coming soon, which I'll be renaming in due time. There you go. Okay. So now we're going into Ruins 1 again. Hey, this is Ruins 1. So just to explain how you unlock bosses in this game. So there are bosses dedicated to each area. The Necromancer is in the ruins, surprise, surprise. we need to do enough missions in the ruins to actually unlock the Necromancer per se. But which means we would need to normally do three missions in here, which one of them, of course, includes Ruins 1. And just to have this bonanza. Oh, cool! I just got surprised a second. So let's just do this slightly blindfolded for a second. Why not? Let's just add all the other aspects in here. Because all I really need to do is just kind of press A. That was the. And then I'll just press that. I just got rid of the corpse, but that's fine. We're only losing very minor time here. But my eyes are in fact closed while I do this one fight. Why not? Because, hey, why not? I can. So I just use Noxious Blast on the front row guy on the skeleton. He is probably going to take damage in a second. I just got moved with Tentacle. I killed one of the characters. I just hit the corpse. Right. Cool. So it's all pretty. Okay, we just missed. Yeah, this is all standard play fare that's going on here. Hit the thing with the Noxious ability. Come on, let's hopefully actually get the killing blow. They're going. Unfortunately, they resist the blight. Cool, we did actually kill. I'm gonna perk up all loot here and hold that button here. So yet again, I will remind everyone that my eyes are in fact closed, and I do just know the layout of this mission well enough to just be able to kinda know what happens in it. See, we just went into the room there. So there's another 3 guys in this room here. I'm just kind of showing off now since we have a 30-minute estimate to cover, and we can averagely do this in about 18. So I'm just doing a little bit of fanfare right here and now while we're doing it. In fact, I mean, okay, so I killed that character there. Cool. I will have to actually start paying attention soon, but now is not the current time where I will have to start paying attention. In fact,
so,
yeah, go on.
Having half an hour, our friendly tech guy Frosty actually set the estimate to 18 minutes. So.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry,
that's a perfect guess.
Yeah, 18 minutes. That's perfectly fine. I'll actually pay attention now then. Alright, yeah. And hopefully I'll actually get a good time then. Actually opens eyes, now I have to play good characters. That's fine. But yeah, so this mission's all predetermined, so I know all the enemies that are going through here. So it's moderately fine. The ability on the left will always get selected when I mash A. So, and usually the ability on the left will always be the one that deals decent damage. So for example, the smite on him, the judgment on them, the open vein there, and the noxious blast there. On Raichu, Barna, your everyday Spee, and Sagathrax. Gonna just do that there, and I'm gonna need to do that as well a second. So I'm just going to watch intro cinematic and have to wait a second there. Split. There you go. Okay. And we want to go into Ruins 1 on the right hand side on our smaller screen. Cool. Okay, we want to wait a second for our second screen down here to start loading in. Cool, we got it, so that means we can actually leave. Okay, so now we're going to have to do this a few times. We're going to briefly check characters. Okay, we got a Hellion, we're going to use you. This is going to be our beautiful Shadow Frost. I had just an aneurysm while having to decide that for some reason. Click on there. We're going to retreat from that. Press continue there, and then unequip all trinkets here. Go back to the main menu. In a normal Necromancer run, I might not actually do all this naming, and I might not change up characters, but I'm doing this for your benefit. If we get another good character in the stagecoach, I will grab another character out from chat. Let's see what we get. Okay. Yes, actually, I will be doing. Actually, yeah. Let's do this for fun. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we got Okay, actually press the rename hero, please. Thank you. We got Omega Wabo. Oops, slightly misspelled your name, but that's slightly okay. This isn't an incentive. This is just me being fun. Right, we're just gonna get rid of all of these and have you in. Cool. Go back out there, please, thank you. Okay, and we're gonna unequip all trinkets, and we're gonna go in here. So now we've gotten triple Crusader. My brain has expanded to the point where I've decided triple Crusader was a good idea.
Tricrow has become the ancestor.
Yes, let's see if we can
Soon
get
enough, we
a
will know the tragic
fourth.
extent of your failings.
Soon. If we can get a fourth Crusader here, that would be truly magnum opus. We did not, so that's quite depressing. I will have to be ashamed of myself since we did not get my heart's desire. And actually we'll do this for the brief time in as well, and just make sure they both have that. Yes, cool, and you up here have that. Sweet Torinos. Cool, and we'll just get in to do the Necromancer now. Alright, so we have about 9-ish minutes to get to the Necromancer. You can pretty much do that averagely, but RNG can be screwy. So, to explain boss missions, I'll actually remove the second capture just so you have a full view of the screen, since we don't actually need the second capture anymore. Bosses will always be in the furthest away tile away from you. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles away. Ooh, Ultra of Light. That's plus damage. I'll take that. So I know for a fact it's actually going to be down this bottom row here. Fun fact, there's actually additional ways to determine which way it's going to be. Sniper, you might not know this actually. So, sometimes there can be a 50-50 split on which direction the boss could be in, but there's actually a deterministic way the game decides this. Wouldn't you like to know this, Sniper?
Isn't it the amount of tiles in between the rooms?
There is the amount of tiles, yes, but there is also the direction of that room.
That is something I'm not aware of.
So,
Can you tell me more?
Anytime. So, if the last, if the tile is generally furthest down, if the last tile, if the decider, one of the deciders is going down. So, just as an explanation, this tile over here that we have in this circumstance is heading left because the last tile, the last transition between the two tiles is right to left. That's the way of it. If that was down, it's the most likely to be. You should always pick the one that ends up going down rather than anything else. And then after down, you should pick right. That's the deterministic order of how a 50-50 split will actually spawn. Fun fact.
And I thought I've seen it all in this game.
Yeah, that's only a recent discovery that we just that we really like figured out is actually correct, rather than just being like, this is kind of right. This feels right. Confirmation bias. But I had a friend of mine, Snorlax, who might be watching, he might not be watching, who knows. Generate like a crap ton of just missions just to see, and tested it with all of them, and the logic pays through. Like, the logic is correct. I'm hoping you go. So we all have Crusaders here. Crusaders deal additional damage against unholy creatures. If you might guess, in the ruins there's usually quite a lot of unholy creatures. So we're having a bit of bad RNG here, I gotta be honest. We're having several fights happen, but we're getting through the fights as quickly as we potentially can. Spiders are good, they have low health, and generally will die in one hit. That's what we love about spiders. The bad thing about spiders is they go fast, and they might outspeed me. But hopefully that doesn't happen, and we'll be good. That's all. Yeah, go on.
Do we have time for a quick donation? And if so, which words are hard. I probably can. So we have a €10 donation from Seconds Lost saying, "Congratulations on the amazing run, Tricrow."
Thank you, Seconds. He's the one that does have the 1 second faster than me time. So thank you, I do appreciate it.
Just pray we split early and split late.
It was a like a 51. The microseconds were 51, so it's not like it was particularly too close. But anyway, if it's only a 1 second time, that means I would be tying, and man, I want to be in first, not tying. Oh.
Decimated.
You gotta pray for the best, if anything. Okay, we keep on going through here. Just gonna feed you a second. Do more controller movements. But it definitely shows you there is still room to grow. We have about 4 minutes left to go. Hopefully this isn't a battle in here. Oh, there is one more hallway battle before the final boss that we have going on here. Right, okay. We can make that happen. So yeah, tell you what, let's just quickly camp. Just to just to make sure we like are okay. I didn't really do any buffs, but I did get rid of a lot of stress, so we probably won't have an affliction check. That's my main hope and dream throughout that.
A decisive pummeling.
Yes, okay, beautiful. I haven't been doing amazing in terms of like ordering which targets I should be attacking, mainly because I've just been tricrow, go fast, zoom. That's been my main priority, especially after the adrenaline of the last prior run. But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hoped you enjoyed. I often do stupid meme Darkest Dungeon content if you're interested in that. Sniper, I'd like to confirm this, but I think we're pretty darn close to 3k, aren't we?
Yeah, we are quite close. We are at €2,826, but you know, maybe we can reach the 3k with you know,
hey,
maybe have some incentives like
yeah, exactly.
Pokemon names.
Very close, very soon. Make it happen, friends. Make it happen.
I believe in you, chat. It is all for a good cause in mind.
Exactly, and we all like good causes here. Thank you everyone for being a great audience and just enjoying. That's a lovely crit for 21 here. I certainly hope you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed. Shame we missed that. I want to get a crit. This is kind of unfortunate. Oh, please do. 1 damage. Beautiful. Miss. Great. We're losing some time here, but we'll be under 18 minutes, so we'll be. Man, imagine Frosty putting an estimate so low, and I don't go underestimate on this run, and it makes me feel bad. Oh no. Oh
still
gosh.
warm, yes.
Yeah, we're still completely fine. We'll be under pace for this one. Okay, he's sorry, Barnaxus, you're almost dead. Hopefully you don't die during this run, but it could happen. Well, we'll try your best to keep you alive. We just need to deal 2 more damage to the Necromancer. Let's see. Barnabas, sorry, you are not with us no longer. Farewell, good sir. Okay. We just need to deal 2 more damage to this guy, so we're all relying on our Crusader here to... Oh, Omega Wabo, you did it. And time is coming up very now.
Well done.
About a 17, 16 or so, 15, 14, something like that. Which is an okay time, not all too bad. For fun fact, the actual world record for Necromancer percent is 10 minutes and 43 seconds, so we're just 7 minutes off world record there, and that just shows you how well grinded Necromancer is. Thank you everyone for having me. I hope you've enjoyed. This is probably everything that I've got left to say. I haven't got any other marathon runs in the marathon, unless they sneak me in for a backup run later on today. But I very much doubt it. Who knows? I'm happy to join in. Thank you very much, and toodaloo.
Thank you very much for that run and the bonus run, Tricrow. I will also be saying goodbye, and I will be giving over my hosting duties to the one and only Ross. He will be your host for the next run, which is Sonic Adventure 2. That was the end of me. It was Sniper Wave, and we'll be running some ads.
This is the end of me.
Enjoy the marathon.